It
That's
is
good.
in terms of mindset, it's fire. Let's even forget about the technical analysis. Just the mindset part of it
Mm-hmm.
is,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's to me that's even the strongest part of the whole course. Yeah, I mean
Mm-hmm.
TA is good. I mean, but the point is the TA, that particular TA is available everywhere, right? What
Mm-hmm.
he taught. But the mindset, like the all the videos before you even get to the technical analysis,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what a lot of people need to have before you even get into trading, because that
Yeah.
actually explains why you're losing, why you're winning, why you should
That's
understand you're going to lose.
100%.
You
That's
know,
what I
it does
that's
all
the
that.
good fight I'm trying to fight right there, brother. You hit the nail on the
Hmm.
head, and I was speaking about this in the beginning of the stream, trying to convince people that the mental game and like your mindset and your family life and your time with yourself, balancing all those things out, that it may not seem, and it isn't
Dude,
to most people, the sexy part, but that's the sexy part of trading.
Hmm.
that's so right.
You know, it's not
Like, to be
hitting
honest,
levels to the dollar. It's being able
like,
to do all this and
yeah.
still keep your family, keep your sanity,
Hmm.
not like
Yeah.
want to bash your head against the wall every night. Like that's the sexy part, you know.
For
Go ahead,
for
Ash.
me, that's exactly for me. It's like 70% like risk management, trade management, and the mental game. 30% is like TA for me, to be honest. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever I have a fucked up mentality, or like if I had a bad day and I try to trade force trades, or if I have a bad risk management or a bad like trade management, then of course I'll lose money. Even though I have a
Hmm.
good, even though I have good, TA, I'll still lose money.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like I think it's the strongest part for me is like my trade management, the way I TP and the way I manage my trades. It's
Yeah.
stronger than my TA.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
people
I can.
don't focus on the other stuff and they just focus that TA is everything, which is a major part, but still it isn't.
It's like a
There is
Yeah.
fluid. It's like a
Yeah.
fluid thing, you
In,
know.
in fact, Coin, I think what he said now is actually the funny thing, because the thing is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was I can tell you how easy my trading strategy was. I literally just traded off origin levels, and I said I want to take 1.5,
Uh
and I
huh.
put it on an Excel sheet, and I did like 100 of them, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're going to lose some, but I did it. I think I did. So this was what I did. I wish I could. I'm not on my computer. I wish I could share my screen. I would have actually shared an Excel. Maybe when my system comes back on, if it doesn't take 10 years before it comes, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
updating it, I would have shared a very basic sheet that I did. Right, it
Mm-hmm.
was an Excel sheet. I took out origin levels that Cotton had. Obviously, I didn't know anything about confirmation entries or any of all that at that
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So I was just taking flat out risk entries, right? And I would put my stop loss really small, close to the origin level. I'll just look for where the wicks are. I just put it under the wicks. And I'll look for a bounce of, I think I did a test of, if it bounces 1%, how many times do I win? If it bounces 1.5%, how many times do I win? If it bounces up to 2%, how many times do I win? Or if it takes out the high, how many R's did I get? Like I just did the R's across board, and I was like, you know what? And I did it for like I think about 30 or 50 trades. I can't remember. And what I simply found out was if I take 1.5, I would have a 75% win rate.
Uh huh.
As basic as that is a strategy.
Yeah. I mean,
As basic as it is, you can actually do that. Like you can do that and be profitable. Yeah, you might not be making what the SMC guys are selling as 100 hour or anything, but the point is you're profitable if you play with that strategy. But the only way you can do that is one, first of all, the risk management end is the part that you've confirmed to yourself that you're going to take 1.5, right? You're not going to take two, you're not going to take one, you're not going to take three. You're going to take 1.5 every single time. So even if it
right.
does 100 hour after, you're not going to care.
So this is again what I'm always saying about adjusting expectations, because like the short that I just took on Wednesday on stream, I believe, yeah, it was right in here, right, and
Mm-hmm.
on this one I waited for that one for a while. Like I was waiting for that for a long time, and the reason I was waiting for that for a long time was because of this level here. But I wanted to see what happened to this level here and the way in which it responded to the lows that created it, because I knew this is a higher time frame and I'm not just going to enter in. Now I did take entries in here, but my expectations were not to move down to here from these, right? I didn't expect that until I saw the things happen in here, right? And then this, and then that. That's when I was like, all right, now this is the big move that I've been waiting for. But that doesn't mean that I'm not trading until that happens. It just means I'm taking trades in here, understanding that this should hold. It's a very likely place to hold and dump off of tremendously. But I got to adjust my expectations because it very well could move higher and move up to the next significant point. But until it does a certain amount of things that I want to see, like lows being taken out, sweeps, so on and so forth, right? Flips, and, you know, depending upon the way in which I trade my account and all that, blah, blah, blah. So I think it's so easy for people to get caught up into like, oh, I've got to trade like person A or B or C. Well, you should never think that way because you might not have the money. You may not have the money they do. You may not have the mindset
I was gonna ask, Coin, when you take your profits, do you always like wait for the high to get taken out, or you have like a solid 10 hour or 6 hour? I'm taking like 50% or something. What do you? I know you have the 3 hour, and then you take. I know you said something like 3 or 2 hour, and you remove risk or something.
Yeah,
But
minimally, I look for that. You know what I mean? But
how
that's
early do you take that? How early? I just want to have an idea of how early you take yours. Like when you take out your risk, how many hour do you usually see before you take out your risk?
I don't set it on an R. This is one of the things in which I do intuitively, and it's going to depend upon the time frame in which I'm looking at. I'll say
Okay.
this for like this trade here. Let me try to zoom in and make it a little bit more visible. So my entry was 23, 5, right there. Perfect. Damn, I got that perfect. That was my actual entry. Now, it came down, right? And it came down, and as soon as it took like these lows out, and then it's like as soon as it starts coming down, because like let me do it this way and make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna highlight this. Like, oops, that way there, and let me go down to a 1 minute. Oops. All right, so like on a 1 minute, like I can see these lows being taken out, which doesn't mean a ton, but it means something, right? Now, this is the low that I really was like looking to be taken out, you know, there. As soon as I come up to that low, as long as my entry is good, which it was in this case, I'm minimally removing risk. Now, let's say it comes down here like it did right here, right? And it comes down to this low. So we have this low here, which is like that's the lowest low after that one. Now, once it starts taking out like the significant highs in here, I may think about closing or removing risk up here if it starts moving up too high. I don't like adjusting my stop. I have my stop up here for a reason. You know what I mean? Because I knew that was my point of invalidation. So first of all, I keep that tight. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong, is the way I look at things. But when I saw it taking these lows out, I was hopeful. If I would have seen these highs getting taken out, I would have, you know, maybe
Going out, you like that enough.
removed faster. Then
Okay.
once I saw that right there, I took profits at that point. Small, very, very, very small position. Like maybe half my risk I removed here, you know. And this was like this point. Let me go back up because I had two big removals of that trade. And I want to say, I just want to make sure I get this right because I don't want to misspeak. Yeah, it was here. Yeah, this pink line. that's where it was back here. I have it here now, but it was right there. That was where I closed half of my position,
Oh,
and
okay.
I let it range here because this was a very likely place for it to build up. Now, when I saw things on lower time frames, I was like, that was when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let it ride out because it's looking like it's going downtown, you know. And
Mhm.
so it did. You know what I mean? That was a big point. So I closed out 165% here, and then a minuscule amount up here. You know, somewhere just to take a little bit of the risk off. And then at this point, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let it ride. And then the next day, I closed the rest out down here, right there. So it was like 165 and 450 or something like that percent.
Coins making bar. Coin, I need some.
Yeah. I need more. I need more. I need more and more. I got so many dreams and things I want to.
But you still aren't taking any of the funded programs yet.
No, I know, and I need to, man. I need to. I really do.
Don't use your money, man. You use other people's money. It's easier.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I really do want to look into that. I want to find a good place. You know, man, I'm really waiting for crypto to kick off again. It's coming. I'm telling you. Don't, yeah, don't give up on it
Are you
yet. 'Cause,
sure? I
oh,
still think
dude.
I think we just build liquidity around this 19. I think we're just gonna drop down to like 10K or
Uh,
something.
yeah, we're going
Yeah,
lower.
it's just what I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. We're going lower. I mean, this is a decent spot for it to build up. I don't think that that's going to happen personally. I think that it's very likely that it does one of these numbers and comes back up to this daily relevant high and ultimately dumps into oblivion off of that, you know, and hold something down here, move back up, hit this, and then
Nah,
just like
I think we're just gonna run. I mean, it's just things. I
we
mean,
should.
we're just this is Jogger versus Coin. I think we're just gonna crash through all this shit. That's what I
Well,
think.
I'm not saying I disagree with you. We should. You
No,
know
no,
what
no.
I mean?
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
joking. I mean,
Yeah. No. No.
I'm
I
just
know you
making
are.
jokes. I'm
Oh,
just
I
making
know you
jokes.
are.
I'm making jokes.
No,
I'm saying,
I know you
I'm
are.
saying
I
my
know.
predictions versus your predictions,
Okay.
man. Or
Yeah.
we can just do Coin, and we can just do Sean's method. You know, we built. So what's he gonna say? Let's see if we can hold above this daily.
Yeah.
And
Let
not
it
close below
build.
this. If not,
Let
let
it
it
build.
build,
Let it create. Let it linger.
let it linger, and then dump.
Yeah, yeah, no, I don't. Listen, I certainly don't disagree with you. Like for instance, if we look at, uh, I'm gonna go to the Binance chart because it's a little bit more information. I think,
Mhm.
and I don't have all my stuff on there. So if I just look at
Yeah.
like the weekly, I mean,
Mhm.
if we look at the weekly, like obviously we came up here and you know we're
We
obviously in a
swept that.
downtrend. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Then we took this out, and then look, that was the next
Hmm.
big
Hmm.
move. And we were pegging on this thing for like over a year, and then we back
Yeah.
tested it roughly and then dumped down, and we haven't even come back up to the halfway point. I don't think, maybe we have on that one, but not on the weekly one. Yeah, so we came back up to that EQ of this high and low, which is the daily one that I had
Hmm.
marked on the other one. But
Hmm.
the weekly one, which is here,
All the way up there.
yeah, we haven't come. I'm a little off on that, but it
Yeah.
it lines up somewhere in there, which is what I was just telling you
Yeah, I
before.
know.
We could come back
Yeah, I
up to
know.
that because we've had this big
Yeah.
weekly move down, and we're due for a
Yeah.
weekly pullback. And this could be, if you look at
Yeah.
the daily, just remember what you see here. You see this,
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
little
Hmm.
move
Hmm.
up. Now let's look at the
Yeah.
daily, and I just want to illustrate something. Now
Yeah.
look what the daily did. Big move down, and then that's that high on the weekly. Like it could be seen as that. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? And it came up and it
Yeah.
hit the EQ and then dumped. So
Yeah.
it's possible, but I think I agree with you in the sense that I think that the economy is
So,
too terrible for us to be
yeah.
building back up and heading back up anytime
So
soon.
for me, I mean, you're right. Like, I get it. I understand how, I mean, we've broken that range, so you should expect a reasonable pullback before we crash down.
Mhm.
But because of how slow and horrible this run up is, it just looks like building more liquidity to dump, right? It just looks like it just built liquidity to dump because of how weak this pullback is. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? Not because I wasn't expecting it to go higher. I was expecting it to maybe at least go like a little bit, like maybe even if it's 75% of that weekly range, you know. But this shit is just it's just weak. And then you see this dump, like you can see this crash that we're having right now, like within the last 2 days. Oh, is this one day? Yeah, it's one day, right?
Yeah, this
Like
is
it's
one day.
heavily, it's pretty heavy,
Yeah.
you know. So after building all that liquidity, you know, it just feels like something that we're just gonna run, right? It just looks like we just want to run everything and go further down, right? So that's just how I see it anyway. But we can only
Yeah.
we can only talk what we
Yeah,
what we
that's
think
right.
is gonna be. I'm definitely not taking any longs for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, no. That's why
So
people keep talking about lungs, and I'm like, why? Like, why are you trying to long, man? Like, this low is set up to fail. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
on so
that's a
many time
horrible
frames. Like it's set up to fail on the weekly. It's set up to fail on the
on the
daily.
daily.
You know what I mean? Like
I think we only broke
we
the four
haven't.
hour. We only broke the 4 hour.
Yeah,
But
that.
even while breaking the 4 hour, we have nothing. Like we
Yeah.
literally don't have any great levels to even try
No.
to. I mean, it can
That
hold anything, but all the levels just look shitty.
that 4 hour uptrend, because everybody kept saying, "Oh, we're in an uptrend on the daily," and I get it. If you look at the daily,
How?
it does look like an uptrend if you think about things in a certain way. But
Yeah, but nah,
I
we haven't
argue
even touched.
this is the high, man. This
Yeah,
is
that's
the
the
daily
high of
high.
the daily.
Yep,
Till we touched that one, we
yep,
only broke the 4 hour.
exactly. So
We
this is
only
a
broke the
four
four
hour
hour.
uptrend.
And
You know what I
look at
mean?
how long, look at how long it took us to break the 4 hour. Like
Yep.
this is days
And then
to break the 4 hour
look.
range.
And then look, like back on my chart where I had that level that I've been talking about for freaking ever, I was like, this is it right here. This is the moment of truth. And then as soon as we started losing these lows, I was like, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, and adios. Now, the important things for us to watch and not try to predict is
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that
this
one.
low, and then of course this level right here is very important. We're going to hit this
I-
level and probably sweep it and then move back up. Now, how high will depend on what we do in here, but this area right in here is looking pretty juicy. But this one might as well, because I feel like we're going to get another decent dump down.
I
And
think that
then,
one down, that one near the white line that you just moved to, then like go down. That one looks like it swept some liquidity. So maybe that wick there,
mm-hmm,
because I haven't looked at the Bitcoin chart to be honest, right? But
mm-hmm,
maybe there might have some. I've not really looked at the
yeah,
chart to be sure, but
mm-hmm.
maybe there you might have some reaction.
Yeah, that's why I got this pink line here that
Maybe there.
I was looking at
Yeah,
while we were
maybe.
charting, and for like quite a few reasons. These two like
Yeah.
orange levels, they make sense. So that's 2871,
Mhm.
2819. Let me look at this real fast. So I gotta hop up here in a second. And then
Mhm.
this one, what is a 5 minute? It's trying to make a move up. Let's watch that high right there.